Hello, Gina here from Gina C Creates, and today we're going to show you basic functions of CRICUT Design Space. Once you open CRICUT Design Space, you'll be taken to a window like this. You'll be able to view all your projects you saved, and underneath you'll find projects from CRICUT Design Space Access. But what you mainly want to do is start a new project. Click here, and this is your Canvas workspace. And the easiest thing to do is to upload a pre-designed SVG file. And to learn how to do that, please watch my last video. So once you have your SVG uploaded, you click on it and you import it into your canvas. In the bottom left hand of your screen, you can zoom out so you can see your full design. This does not change the size of your design. It just changes the size of the canvas where you could zoom out and in. When you have your design selected, you can see at the top how wide it is, and you can see the height off to the side. And at each corner of the design, you can see it has little functions. Let me pull my screen down. Select it. This little arrow up and down is to change the size. Then you have a little lock right here that keeps it proportioned when you're resizing. Up here you have an X to delete, and then a rotating circle to turn it if you want to redesign it. So down here we're going to resize, make sure it's unlocked, and now you can see the sizing change. And if you want to get it a perfect number, you can also resize it up here along the top toolbar under size. You can highlight the width and type in 3.5 and hit enter, and it will change it to that size. And as long as you have the lock on, it will automatically change the height for you as well. If you turn the lock off and you try to resize it, you can see that you can pull it down and make it wider without keeping it proportioned. And this function is good when you need to fit it on top of your surface that is a different size than your SVG design. And if you ever mess up, in the top left hand corner there's a back arrow to click undo. It will undo your last action. When you import your SVG design, it is in a group. So to ungroup and access all these layers, you need to right click on your design, click ungroup. Now you'll be able to select each layer, which is also in another group. Your SVG design should be grouped according to colors. I'm going to delete this one just for the sake of not having it. Now you can select each layer of your SVG design. So after you resized your SVG design, you might think it's ready to click Make It. So when you move over to your matte previews, you can see that your design did not stay where it was supposed to be. This is because you need to make sure you attach your group. So this time when you click Make It, you can see that the one you attached is in the correct position, ready to cut in one piece. And the good thing about using attach is you can detach it in case you want to delete a heart or a certain layer. This is when attach is a good feature to use because it can be undone. But if you select all again, right click on the group and click Weld, this will make it one layer instead of keeping your layers in groups. So the Weld feature is good for when you have a complex design that has a lot of layers. It's easier for your design space to read it as one layer. But as you can see, you can't undetach or unweld. It pretty much can't be undone. So make sure when you're working with multiple colors that you attach each color layer together so it will cut in one piece. Up here at the top toolbar, it'll say line type. Right here it says cut, and if you click on it, it'll let you know if it's going to cut, draw, score, or use the foil tool. I will explain how to use these functions later, but right now we're just going to keep it easy on cut. Next, you have your color swatch of your layer, and this is how you can change the color and personalize your SVG to fit your project. So you could zoom in and see all your layers. So you click on each one and you could go up to the color swatch and change the colors. So after you're done resizing, changing the colors, you can put your SVG back together to see how it is going to look. You can select all by dragging your mouse over the entire layers and you'll be able to move them around. You can also select all by clicking the plus sign under select all. Also, to click on each layered group, instead of right clicking, you can also use the functions along the bottom. So when I select this group, you can see the functions along the bottom become highlighted. So I just want to show you the other features that come along with CRICUT Design Space. I already showed you attached and weld, and now I want to show you how to use slice and contour. When you use those, you can only select 2 layers at a time. So I'm going to slice these 2 layers that I have selected. This is my backing that has the forever heart sliced out. This is my scraps, so I could delete that. This is my original forever. I'm not going to need that, so I could delete it. So you can see how slice gives it a new look. And you also have a feature to arrange your layers. As you can see, my wording keeps going behind my yellow layer. So you right click and you send it to the front. And now you can see that the layers are in front in the proper order. You can send layers to the front and to the back so you can see them properly. So now I want to slice my next group of layers into my yellow backing again. But notice how many layers are selected. I have about 7 layers selected, so my slice option is not highlighted and I'm not able to use it. This is because you can only slice 2 layers at a time. So I'm going to select my blue group layer, weld it to make it into 1 layer. Now I am able to slice my 2 layers. Select it all and click slice. Once it's sliced, I could delete my scraps that I don't need. Now I have 1 layer with all my designs in it. I can change this backing color, overlay my yellow, and this is how my vinyl sticker will now look using slice tool. So now let me show you how the contour tool works. To use contour, you would have to have shapes inside of a shape. And let's say I'm not happy with my yellow layer design. So I select it, click contour, and I want to get rid of all the hearts in my shape. So you can use the picture and click on the individual hearts and each layer. Sometimes it's hard to tell if you selected or deselected, so you could go over to the right layers and select each layer this way as well. Once you contoured out all the shapes you want, you can hit the X at the top to see how it looks. Now you can see that the hearts are gone. And that is how you use the contour tool. I contoured a few more shapes out, and now I'm happy with my design. So I'm ready to click Make It, and it will give you a preview of my mats. So each color is a different cut. You can zoom out to see your full mat and where it is going to cut. If you are cutting with regular vinyl, you can click Continue, select your machine, leave it on Vinyl Plus, and cut. However, if you're going to cut using HTV to put it on a t-shirt, you can go back, hit cancel, and it'll take you back to your last screen. And you will need to mirror each mat to cut HTV. Make sure to mirror every mat that you use for HTV. HTV stands for heat transfer vinyl, or otherwise called iron-on vinyl. Those materials need to be mirrored, so when you iron them on, they will look correct. Another tip is to hover over the mat so you can see a bigger preview of where it is going to cut. Thanks for watching my video of the beginner basics of CRICUT Design Space. See you next time.